This was our abode in Liwa House. It is a permanent structure, one of kind of like what I would call a casita, a standalone place. And this view is from the balcony back into the room. There was a hot tub out in the back, which we never used. It was lovely, had completely modern facilities, and very comfortable. This was a ride which I recorded because I thought it would be indicative of the kind of really, really bad roads we saw. But I learned from experience later that this is a very, very fine road in comparison to the most of the ones we were on. So what they call an African massage is the vibration of that kind of travel. This is a black rhino, and it is different from a white rhino in ways that I will talk about when we see the white rhino. This is a giraffe. We saw lots of giraffes. They are raised by hand in some of the places in the sanctuary. And these little creatures at the bottom of the root system are dik-diks, and they are as small as they seem. They can't be about 6 inches tall. We saw them everywhere. And this is a hornbill, one of the many, many birds we saw. Beautiful birds, but they were too numerous for me to figure out and remember what they were. This is another giraffe. I just thought it was an iconic picture of the African horizon with the dead acacia tree there. And this was looking towards Mount Kenya. And this is the other view of the room with the net closed into the Samburu Conservancy. This is the outer deck of the big house at Samburu, and this is a view from our balcony. It was a constructed water hole, one of two that were right there in sight, and this herd of elephants came on a regular basis to get water because it was a really serious drought going on, as you can tell from the dry earth and the dry plants. Robert was our guide, and he knew this giraffe and got out and communed with it for a few minutes. He was a little shy about having his picture taken otherwise. This is the elephants at the Singing Wells, where we were not allowed to take pictures of the people and the ritual they go through to make water available for themselves and their animals. This was another close encounter with an elephant who came up and nosed around and looked at us and then quietly wandered away. We had a number of similar encounters. They were always thrilling. I can't tell you, just being out there with nothing between us but the part of a Jeep. These birds are called guinea fowl, and they are really iridescent blue, really beautiful. We saw them everywhere. I'm going to let most of this just play because it is an extraordinary long series of giraffe encounters where the giraffes were doing battle. I didn't know giraffes did battle. They do them to the death. I don't think this one was carried that far, but it got kind of brutal. They were still for long periods of time and then would bob their head a little bit. And Robert said they were trying to get a better angle on their blows because they have to hit with the side of their neck in order to get any power behind it. But this goes on for several minutes, and I just decided to let it run. Here we go again.
Got him.
Yeah.
Whoa, did you hear that? Whoa.
Yep.
The guy on the left is really getting him.
dipping his head.
Yeah.
Is he hurt? Or is it...
He's trying to position to get the right angle
Yeah.
so that he can put some power. I think he's just winding it
Yeah,
up.
they want to hit with the sides of their neck.
Yeah.
You see? He's everyone else is busy browsing and you guys are just having a fight.
We saw lots of zebras, of course. They were everywhere. There were several kinds of zebras. I would go into the differences, but I don't really know them well enough. And here, as we started to see the wildebeest migration, and we
There's
saw a few of
another-
them, but we
there's
saw a
another
lot
one.
more later on. And
There
here's
it is.
another little warthog trotting past.
Little trot in there.
They were kind of cute, sort of. And here is the Reteti Elephant Preserve. They rescued elephants, baby ones, and would wait to see if their mothers would return, but when they didn't, they would take them into the sanctuary and raise them. That was the last picture was of them weighing a really, really baby elephant. They would weigh them and feed them. This is the staff calling the elephants via a song. Let me play the recording for you. They were calling the elephants in, and if you look in the upper left corner, you'll see them coming in from the fields at a run in the distance. These were the elephants were a little bit older and didn't need to be fed by hand. They would come in and grab these big bottles of goat's milk and baby formula mixed. And you see this one right here takes the whole bottle and just, well, he didn't. But you'll see them take the whole bottle, and there he goes, and just walk away with it. On the way back to the camp, we just happened to encounter a whole group of women standing at a crossroads where they were met by a truck, and they exchanged goat's milk, from goats they had raised, for other valuable things for them. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but the Samburu people run the sanctuary as a group enterprise, and this was an example of the women benefiting from the trade of the elephant sanctuary. They were dressed in these colorful clothes the whole time. This is their natural environment, their natural everyday wear. And then there were the lions. We saw the lions, and they were beautiful. This guy was a male lion lying separate from the others, lying on his side. You can see his ruff, the browner part in the upper part of the picture. And then it rained. I thought Robert was going to get out of the safari truck and dance. He was so happy to see it rain. It broke the drought. And the elephants found a mud hole and were just rolling around and having such a wonderful time. It really changed the atmosphere of the whole place. It was the first rain they had had in the whole season, and it was a joyous, joyous occasion for the animals and for everybody else. It was fun to watch.